Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Metro Last Light Redux Good Ending walkthrough. And this is mission 3, also known as Pavel. And Pavel is that guy you see right there. We were both prisoners of the Reich, the Nazi soldiers in the Russian metro. And sometimes the enemy of my enemy can be my friend, so Artyom and Pavel decide to cooperate to get out of this station. And this is also part of the tutorial part of this game. And here we're gonna focus on the stealth. Because stealth is a big part of the Metro games, and you can have a lot of fun if you stay out of the light in these games. When you sneak past this little open area, make sure you stay in the shadow of the fan blades. And that also brings me to another point, because these games are very dark at most times. Whenever you are inside, it's usually very dark, or you want to stay in the dark. And it may not seem very dark in these videos, but that is because when I recorded this, I cranked up the gamma to max. That is something I talked about in my Metro 2033 guide, but if you're new to the series, I want to point that out. That usually the game isn't as light as it is, as you may see it now, because I cranked it up to max, because this is a walkthrough and I want you to be able to see what the hell I'm doing. And Artyom has, on his left wrist, he does have a watch. And on that watch there is a little blue light, and that light will shine whenever you are in light. So when you are visible, that blue light will shine. If it's turned off or not lit, it means you are concealed in darkness and enemies or human enemies can't see you. Whenever you're facing mutants, it's less of a factor, because usually you will end up in a firefight whenever mutants are near. There are a few instances in this game where you can just run past them. There is even a place where you will get a trophy for doing so. And in this guide I will show you how to do it as well. And in this level there is also a little bonus trophy called Freedom. Because now we are in a prison designed by the Nazis, or the Reich, where they have lots of people imprisoned in these cages. And before we end this mission, we will pull the lever that will open all the little cells and let the prisoners out. And we will unlock a trophy called Freedom. And this soldier right here, don't be too quick when you kill him. Pavel tells you about that. That he will distract the guard on the other side of this little pit. So don't knock or kill him, or knock him out or kill him before Pavel does that. And also, another thing in this game, there is a trophy or achievement called Edison. And you unlock that by turning off it's 40 or 50 lights, I can't remember exactly which. But turning them off without destroying them, just like I did there. So whenever you come across a lamp or a lantern or a light bulb, like you saw me do right there, always unscrew it, if you have the chance to do it. Sometimes you have to use a throwing knife, either because it's out of reach, or you need to do it in a hurry and you can't sneak up close to it because you will get detected. But whenever you get the chance and you get close to one, always go for the unscrewing method, and that will unlock the trophy Edison. And I did some further research on the trophy for wiping the gas mask, and it appears that I was wrong. In Metro 2033 Redux, there is a trophy called Who Goes There? And you unlock it by wiping your gas mask 20 times. And when I recorded my walkthrough for that game, I had forgotten that they had implemented the gas mask wiping mechanic in that game, so sorry for that. If you want to unlock it, just start up the game and start wiping the screen of your gas mask. But it's quite interesting when you're playing the Redux version of the game, because there are some differences between this and the original version. Also, in the last video I talked about trophy for burning cobwebs or spider webs. I also checked in on that. You have to burn 50 of them and you will unlock a trophy called Pyromaniac. So that is good to know. And here I unscrewed this light bulb because there is a guard standing around the corner. You can see his flashlight. When you don't see it anymore, it means he has turned around, and then we can sneak out and take him out. I usually go for the knockout, just because you use the square button instead of R3. Never been a big fan of when games use the R3 or the L3 buttons, since they are the right and left analog sticks. Because it always feels like I'm violating my controller. Or not violating, but it always feels like it wasn't really designed that way, so it will break the controller. That is something I really like about my Razer controller, that you have those extra buttons on the backside. And I have programmed my controller so the R3 and L3 are on the backside of that, and it really makes a difference when you're playing. But I was talking about trophy differences between this game and the original. There are a few differences. In the original game, or in the original Last Light game, there was a trophy called, I think it was called True Ranger. And you'd unlock that by not killing any humans throughout the entire game except for one. There is one human you have to kill to unlock that, or to complete the game. That trophy was taken out in the Redux version, probably because they took out easy mode. And when I started making this walkthrough, I was actually thinking about going for it. But I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the fact that you cannot play on easy anymore has negated that trophy, that it is not possible. Because there is an instance later on in the game where you do have to take some damage unless you want to kill humans. And even on easy, on the PlayStation 3 version, because I have platinum this game twice. I did it first on PS3 and I've done it also on this Redux version. And even on easy mode, that trophy was fucking hard to unlock. Just because the rules for the trophy were extremely strict. Because as I said, you could not kill humans, and I'm gonna get more into that in a second. But the thing is, there is a level where you had to take damage and wait just 1 second before you would die to use a med kit for your med kits to be sufficient to get you through that entire area. But going back to the True Ranger trophy and the strictness of it, as I said, you couldn't kill any humans at all. And anything that led to an enemy's death counted as a kill. So if you knocked someone out and he was in water and his face ended up underneath water, that counts as a kill because he will drown. Even in some levels that take place on the surface where enemies are using gas masks, if you would knock out an enemy and take the filter from the gas mask he is wearing, that would negate the trophy, because that counts as a kill, because without the gas mask, or without the filter in his gas mask, he will succumb to radiation and die. That's how strict the guidelines for that trophy was, or the... what's it called? Anyway, that's how strict that trophy was. And it would have been fun if it weren't for that level where you have to take damage. I would have probably gone for it, because that is one of the few moments that could be, I think, impossible in this Redux version. But it doesn't really matter because it's not in the game anymore. And now we're almost at the end of this level, but before you leave, pull this lever, you will get a good karma point or a good moral point, and it will also unlock the trophy freedom that I was talking about at the beginning of this level. Because now all the prisoners are free and they can head out of here and back to their home stations and hopefully avoid getting killed or executed, was the word I was looking for, by the Reich. And this concludes Mission 3, and I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.